Hello world, this video is a PGI video. PGI stands for Piece of Green Inspiration. This video is about inspiring the world to shift from non-certified palm oil to certified palm oil. This is one of the ways we can prevent the rainforest from being destroyed. One of the large companies in the world who agrees on this is Arla Foods. Arla Foods is interested in knowing other companies who buy certified palm oil so that more companies can influence the palm tree growers. Now Jimmy TV will talk about the significance of certified palm oil. There are different kinds of certifications, and you can find them in the Who Green group called Certified Palm Oil in order to learn about the officials that handle the certifications. But let's get back to the information about palm oil. Palm oil is in big demand, which is okay since it is a fairly healthy oil to consume and to use for biodiesel. The problem is that the more palm tree plantations we need, the more rainforest is being destroyed. Clearing and burning of tropical forest because of the need for tree and new plantations actually makes Indonesia the third largest CO2 emission country in the world. Let's take a look at the numbers involved so that we can get a picture of how much palm oil we are talking about that affects the health of the planet in a negative direction, if it is not certified palm oil we're talking about. The total need for edible oil in 2008 was 160 million tons. Palm oil and palm kernel oil accounted for 48 million tons, which was 30% of the total production. This number has increased drastically because of the low production cost combined with the new demand for palm oil as an ingredient in biodiesel. By the year of 2050, a British scientist estimates global demand for edible oils will probably be around 240 million tons, nearly twice 2008 consumption. And on top of that, adding palm oil as a part of biodiesel, the demand for palm oil can be a lot higher than 240 million tons by 2050. Jimmy TV proposes that 150 million tons of specifically palm oil could be the amount we need in 2050. Now let's get a picture of how much rainforest can be destroyed because of new palm tree oil plantations. As already mentioned, in 2008, 48 million tons of palm tree oil was produced. Since 1 square kilometer of palm trees can produce 825 tons of oil per year, the area that covered palm trees for this purpose was 58,000 square kilometers, more than the size of Denmark and half the size of Florida. Now, when we take a look at the future, this is the picture we see. In order to produce the proposed 150 million tons of palm oil, we need palm trees that covers at least an area of 180,000 square kilometers by 2050. This is more than the size of the state of Florida, half the size of the state of California, and 4 times the size of Denmark. When we look at Indonesia as the largest grower in the world, the future demand for palm oil is equivalent to 1/4 the size of the total rainforest in Indonesia. The story about palm tree oil could have a happy ending if the land used for the palm trees that produce the palm oil is planted on land without existing trees, without destroying the existing rainforest. When destroying the rainforest, we not only send out a lot more carbon in the air, but the world also loses a wide variety of animal and plant species that are all part of the ecological system. Another factor is the chemicals we add to the soil when pesticides are used to avoid weeds. Now, in order to protect nature, the certified palm oil has been invented. The certified oil both protects rainforest and it reduces the use of chemicals that harm the ecosystem and people exposed to them. Now, why do not all manufacturers use certified oil? Well, the answer to that is, of course, that it is more expensive. And to understand why, we have to look at three factors. The growers do not grow certified palm trees when expanding the production because it is a better deal to use rainforest land where the trees can be sold for a profit before planting new palm trees. The growers do not grow oil-producing palm trees on land that are vacant, since this often involves getting rid of grass that keeps popping up, needing labor to constantly weeding out the plantations. Since there is only a partly demand for certified palm oil, the growers divide their land into smaller portions where the certified oil can be produced. But the oil that is sent to the refineries can be a mix of both certified and non-certified oil. The solution is more manufacturers must demand and pay the price for certified oil. This will force the growers to make sure new demands are met with new land that does not need deforestation or an overload of chemicals to maintain the crop. In May 2011, I spoke with Sanne Winther, who is the Stakeholder Relations Manager at Arla Foods in Denmark, where the headquarters for the company is situated, and she is very concerned about the future. Sanne says, "We have paid the certified price for our total use of palm oil in 2011, but we are concerned with the fact that the growers we indirectly use are so heavily involved in growing non-certified palm oil, when we like to put 100% emphasis on sustainable oil. We would like to team up with other palm oil buyers in order to make sure more land is certified around the crops we get certified oil from." So this is an example of a company that likes to do the right thing and actually pays the highest price for the palm oil they use. An area of about 12 square kilometers of palm trees is what Arla Foods need in order to cover their production. The equivalent price for this amount of certified palm oil is measured by the certification officials, so the legal part of the certified palm oil is of course in order. Sanne says, "Even though we are the 7th largest dairy producer in the world, we are still very small in regards to using palm tree oil as an ingredient in our products. But if we can team up with other manufacturers who use even larger quantities of palm oil, we can make sure that there will be much more certified palm oil available in the future for us and for other manufacturers throughout the world."